having a healthy brain. Having a healthy brain meaning being sharp, cognitively sharp,
Mhm.
being able to retain information, being able to learn information, being able to abstract information, having your executive function intact, your judgment centers, your ability to make, sound judgments. Um, so brain health is a function of keeping all those cognitive faculties sharp, alive, and functioning at their optimal level. Um, but over time there's a decline in brain health that's can be accelerated by many, many factors related to your overall health. So some of the things that we know that worsen brain health are smoking cigarettes, for example, which we know is very common in Africa now. Um,
Yeah.
things like lack of physical activity, things like the certain types of diets, especially those high fat, high meat diets, and not really optimizing your fruits, your vegetables, your plant-based uh, diets. We've seen, for example, that people who have predominantly plant-based diets mixed with, things like beans and lots of vegetables and nuts tend to have much lower levels of dementia than those who have high animal fat diets, high sugar diets, etc.
If I jump in, I mean, when somebody from an African perspective hears um, plant-based diets, I being from Ekiti State, I think pounded yam and lots of it,
Yes,
and that's
yes,
and that's plant-based as well.
yes. Well, what I mean by plant-based are things like efo, for example, or edikaikong, or okra stew, okra, for example,
Mhm.
spinach, which is efo, um,
Mhm.
uh, those types of ewa, which is a way we cook beans, or moi moi, which is a way we make like a bean cakes. So these
Mhm.
these types of green leafy vegetables, um, these types of plants, some of the foods, the local foods that I just mentioned, are very rich in minerals and vitamins and healthy nutrients that we know is really good for brain function. Things like goat meat, fried goat meat, which we love, that needs to be consumed in moderation. Um, things that the type of oils that we use to fry things and cook things. For
Yeah.
example, we know that palm oil, palm kernel oil, coconut oil, those are all high in saturated fats. In fact,
Mhm.
coconut oil and palm kernel oil are over 70 to 80% saturated fats. Palm oil is about 50% saturated fats. So the oils that are better are the sunflower oils, the canola oils, the olive oils, for example. So it's really, really important to really pay attention to the food that we eat. Generally speaking, I tell people to eat more fish, less meat, more vegetables, less salt, less sugar, more nuts. And if we do that, that is pretty much very similar to what we call the Mediterranean diet. And one of the things that we've seen is that people in Mediterranean countries who eat the type of diet that I've described have very, very low rates of dementia.